Robert was just a little boy growing up in Hawaii when he realized something strange about his life. He had two fathers. One was his biological father, highly educated, a government officer, respected in society. Robert called him his poor dad. The other was his best friend's father, a businessman with little formal education but sharp money instincts. Robert called him his rich dad. Both loved him. Both gave him advice. But their views on money were completely opposite. And these two voices shaped Robert's life forever. At the age of 9, Robert desperately wanted to be rich. He asked his real dad how to do it. Poor dad said, "Study hard, get good grades, find a secure job. That's the way to succeed." But when he asked his rich dad, the answer was very different. Rich dad said, "If you want to be rich, you must learn how money works. Don't work for money, make money work for you." To teach Robert this, rich dad made him and his friend work in one of his stores for free. At first, Robert felt angry. "No pay? That's not fair," he complained. Rich dad smiled and said, "Now you're seeing the trap. Most people work only for a paycheck, and that keeps them stuck. If you learn to work for knowledge instead of money, you'll have freedom." That moment changed Robert's thinking forever. As Robert grew older, he noticed the difference in the two fathers' lives. Poor dad was always worried about bills. He bought a bigger house, a new car, and worked harder to pay for them. He believed those things showed success. But secretly, he was trapped in debt. Rich dad lived simply at first, but he bought land, rental houses, and small businesses. Instead of spending money to look rich, he invested money to become rich. Robert realized something shocking. Wealth isn't about how much you earn. It's about how you manage what you earn. One day, Robert saw his poor dad come home late, exhausted from work. He said, "Robert, if you study well, one day you'll get a safe job like mine." But rich dad told him, "Don't spend your life working to build someone else's business. Build your own. Even if you have a job, use it to invest, to create, to grow your own assets." That advice stayed with Robert forever. He understood the rich don't climb ladders, they build ladders. One of the most powerful lessons came when rich dad drew two simple boxes. He labeled one, assets, and the other, liabilities. Then he said, "An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out." Poor dad thought his big house was an asset. But it drained money every month. Rich dad bought rental homes, they gave him money every month. It was so simple, yet so life-changing. Robert realized wealth is built by collecting assets, not liabilities disguised as assets. Poor dad always told Robert, "Don't take risks. Play safe." But rich dad believed the opposite. The biggest risk is not taking risks at all. When Robert bought his first property, he was terrified. "What if I lose money?" he asked. Rich dad smiled. "Then you'll learn. Losing teaches more than winning. Don't fear money. Use it as a teacher." That was the moment Robert broke free from fear and started his real journey to wealth. Looking back, Robert saw the truth. Poor dad gave him love, discipline, and education. But rich dad gave him financial wisdom, the kind schools never teach. And that wisdom can be summed up in one sentence. The poor work for money. The rich make money work for them. So now, I ask you, which voice are you listening to in your life? Poor dad, or rich dad? Comment below and share your answer. And if this story inspired you, subscribe for more powerful book lessons every week, because sometimes, just one story can change your financial destiny.